Hey guys, HuzzyGames bringing you another video. So welcome back to me, I suppose, after a small little break for the festive season. Fully recharged and all that type of thing. So yeah, the channel's gonna continue like normal. Obviously I got back earlier today, so I haven't had time to play League or anything like that. So we're starting to resume content with a question and answer video. I asked all the questions over the holiday that I was on and going to basically answer them today. One thing to say is I apologise that the production quality, or whatever you want to call it, of this video probably is going to be a bit lower than the normal question and answers. I'm not going to have the questions coming up on the screen, as that will probably take too long to edit in order to get the video out today. But let's get started. So the first question is from Facebook, and it is, and by the way, I asked for questions that I've not been asked before, because that was a complaint from last Q&A. It was like, I'm answering the same questions over and over, so hopefully these are new questions. First one is, he's not sure if it's been asked, but anyway, is there any video games that moves me emotionally or that you see as a work of art? And maybe favourite video game soundtrack, that if that hasn't been asked also. So do I see video games, do they move me emotionally, or do I see them as a work of art? Not a work of art, you know, and I'm speaking of somebody that is a game designer. That's what I do in university, and no, I do not see video games as art. The closest I would say that video games is art most likely would be, I've gone and done like some QA testing for Sony and stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about because it's under NDA, but using the virtual reality systems, I'd say that's the closest that I'd get to art because you're actually in it. But no, not video games to me aren't artwork. Emotionally though, anger, is that an emotion? No, I don't really get angry. I'd probably say just happiness in general video games give me, but it's just a generalization. I'm happy when I play video games. And then soundtrack wise, honestly, I'll go boring. I think the World of Warcraft soundtrack is brilliant. Like, if you've not heard the World of Warcraft music over the years, it's fantastic. Like, to this day, I will still now and then play the Wrath of the Lich King trailer, because that is honestly, to me, one of the best trailers of all time, musically and everything about it. So I'd probably say that, you know, World of Warcraft as music, and then just gaming in general makes me happy. Next one is, theoretically speaking, if I were to achieve gold next season and you got the skin that they usually give as a prize, but if you don't own the champion, what happens? Very simple. If you do not own the champion that Riot or you don't own the champion that the skin is for, that Riot give out for achieving gold, they give you the champion as well. Very simple. So you get both of them if you don't own it, so don't worry about that. Next one is, how's the game design course coming along at uni, and any plans for the future with said degree? How's the degree in general? Still good. I'm still on a first, the highest grade you can be as right now. You know, I do have assignments in January, so hopefully they go well. Any plans? You know, am I going to use it? I think that's the question. Am I going to use this degree in the future? Honestly, probably not. You know, I looked when I went to university, what would be the degree that I can probably get a first with, do the best with, and it was video game design. There were a couple others, but it was mainly doing this. I don't see myself as a video game designer. You know, the hours are crazy long for the reward of, you know, income and everything is pretty low. So for me personally, I want to kind of, let's say an average video game designer life is like this. I want to live up here. Well, you can't see it. Average video game designer life is here. I want to live like up here. So it just won't work for me. Most likely we'll use it in the aspect of I'll understand the industry, because I do see myself working in the games industry, just won't be making them. You know, I can see myself in a marketing department or something like that. So it would be useful for me to know the process. You know, I know how to build games now. I've built them many times myself, but I won't probably be using it directly, you know. Next question is, why did or do you consider CSGO as an option to expand the channel? You thought something more fantasy would fit the channel a bit more. Good question. You know, well, saying that, I don't play League of Legends because it's some fantasy game with magic and everything. I enjoy it because of the gameplay. You know, that's me as a gamer. I really don't care about the story. You know, if the story's good, great. But the main thing to me about a gamer, you know, my whole life has been the gameplay. That's why I play League. That's why I play League over Dota, over Hon, over all the other MOBAs, because I just prefer League's gameplay the most. The reason why CSGO was an option, because, you know, many people don't know, but I used to be a competitive FPS player. I used to play Call of Duty competitively, MLG Game Battles Ladder. I was ranked number 1 in the world. I think on average I was ranked number 5, but I think I did get that number 1 once. And yeah, I love FPS. I still love FPS games to this day. Just none of them have really caught my attention like the old Call of Duties did. Apart from CSGO, potentially. You know, I haven't played a lot of it because I don't have time, but if I were to do it for YouTube, then I would play a lot of more of it, because that's the problem with being a YouTuber. And, you know, I follow a lot of YouTubers and that, and Jesse Cox and Total Biscuit have said the exact same thing. The problem with being a YouTuber is that if you're playing a video game just for fun, you actually find yourself feeling guilty that you're not recording it. You're like, I'm losing money here potentially because I'm not recording it. I may as well record it. So that's why I don't really play other games that much, because I'm always like, oh, I better record this because, you know. And CSGO at the moment is a booming game. It's the biggest game or FPS game on PC for a good reason. It's probably the best. And I enjoy playing it. A few of my friends play it. So that's kind of why it's considered. I still haven't 100% decided, but it is considered at the moment. Next one is, do I think Rise is better top or mid, and what do I think of him at the moment? So I've been a bit out of touch with the game over the past few days over Christmas and going away, etc. So if nothing's changed, I'd say he's a better top laner. And the reason for that, he gets free farm in top lane. Mid lane is very prone to getting like camped and ganked, especially with chain CC, which is Ryze's weakness. If Ryze gets charmed by an Ahri and then taunted by a Rammus, he's dead. You know, there's no if, buts, or maybes. That Ryze is dead. Where in top lane, he can run a little bit faster, he can run away a bit quicker and use the bushes more effectively in top lane, and he can free farm a lot easier. So I'd say Ryze is a better top laner if nothing's changed since I've been gone. Next one is, do I think Trundle is a better top laner, jungler, or support? Top lane, 100%. You know, I don't rate him as a jungler, so we can just strike jungler off the list. I just think he's way too easy to counter in the jungle. His ganks aren't great compared to other champions, and that is the big thing that I want to drill people home, because there'll be people in the comments going, I've jungle Trundled before, and it's fine. It is fine. The thing you have to do is compare it to other champions. Why would you play Trundle jungle when Lee Sin exists, when Rammus exists? That's the thing you have to get through your head. There's no good reason. You know, he's just not as strong as the champion in the jungle role. I've seen some people play him in support, and it's more of a cheesy, gimmicky support, honestly, so it's not really for me. I do see the better benefits, but you have to be a very good Trundle in order to make it good in support, because you've got to get your pillars on point. That is basically how you play support Trundle. Pillars on point, and ultimate the target you want to kill, or take away the resistance from your target the AD carry wants to kill on your team. Like, it's a bit more skillful to play Trundle support. I still think there's better supports than him. So to answer the question, I think Trundle is the best top laner out of the three roles. Next question, he's got a few, is how do I manage time between school and gaming? It's a difficult one, but you've got to kind of think, you know, what's going to help me more? You know, doing this solo queue game, or doing my degree work, or doing your schoolwork. It's going to be the schoolwork. Now, it's a bit of a weird thing with me as a YouTuber, because technically me doing my gaming is paying me. But I still, to this day, even though YouTube is a kind of job type thing, I prioritize university more. Because it's more important. It's that simple. You know, your parents, a lot of people give, I did back in the day. Like, I'm not saying I didn't do this. I had arguments with my parents when I was younger by going, no, I'm playing my video games right now. And your parents are saying, no, do schoolwork. Trust me, listen to them. You know, they know what they're talking about. They've been through the exact same thing, most of them. Do the schoolwork first, get it out of the way, and then do gaming all you want. As long as it's finished, then you can game all you like. When you still have work that you have to do, when you're gaming, you're constantly thinking, I better do that work sometime, get it out of the way, and then do gaming. It's a lot easier. Next one as well is, what kind of music do I like? What about rap, Eminem? I don't mind listening to Eminem, but I have to be in the mood. Rap in general, I don't like. You know, the only person I literally listen to in the rap genre is Eminem. It's not really my taste. But as for my musical taste in general, a very broad music taste, honestly. You know, if you watch the stream and I'm playing my own personal playlist, you know, there's suddenly country songs on, there's Disney, then there's rock, then there's metal, like everything. You know, there's the modern songs. I just like music in general, really. If I don't like a song, then I literally won't listen to it. It's that simple with me. You know, I don't really have an opinion about it. It's just I won't listen to it. That simple. Next one is, you use the /mute all at the start of every single game and rely on pings, so you can't read what people say in chat because it makes you tilt sometimes. Is it a good thing to do? I only say it's a good thing to do if you don't trust yourself. To me, you know, I've said in the past, you don't need communication to be diamond. You really don't. You know, if you're a very good player, you can rely solely on pings and your mechanics. But if you have good communication, it does make solo queue 100 times easier. So I think the people that should do mute all are people that are rages, that don't trust themselves because they'll just rage back at people if anybody says anything bad. To me, I never mute all. I'll just mute the individuals that are annoying. That's pretty much in a nutshell. If you don't trust yourself, which maybe you don't, then yeah, sure, do it. You know, it's your video game. Play the way you like. But I'd say for the vast majority of people, chat is a good thing. You know, it's a more positive thing than negative thing, 100%. Next one is who is the winner of the 50,000 prize, all that stuff. I've contacted all the winners. The first person I contacted, he actually won the jacket and he didn't want the jacket, so I contacted someone else. And everybody has got their riot points, and the person for the jacket, he responded to me, but then I said, do you want the jacket? He was like, yes, so I'm just waiting for him to give me his size and address and all that stuff. So yeah, the giveaway is ended, obviously. So, and one thing to say, a lot of people say, who actually won it? What are their names? I'm never going to give that information away, because I have heard horror stories of people getting hacked, their emails getting hacked, all that stuff, to people trying to con the winner. I'm never going to give that information away. Next thing is how do I celebrate Christmas? This was asked before Christmas, but it'll be how did I celebrate Christmas, routines and such. Basic Christmas, really. You know, Christmas Eve, we don't really do anything. You know, one thing to say, we're not a religious family, and I know some people go to church and all that. We don't do any of that. So mainly it's all Christmas Day. Christmas Day, it's a big family thing that, you know, we watch movies together, we do all the presents as soon as we wake up, watch movies, board games, have the big dinner about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, again, watch a bit more movies, or if, you know, there's any sport on or anything like that, and then we finish the day by having the leftovers of the dinner, like a turkey sandwich or something, and that's pretty much Christmas. Really nice, family, you know, all that stuff. And then the day after, literally where I've just gone now, Boxing Day, every single year, the past 21 years of my life, we've gone down to see extended family. You know, we live quite a long way away from them, and yeah, we do that every single year. And yeah, go spend the time with grandparents and all that type of thing. So that's what I do, and we stay down there for 3 or 4 days. I've got back today, and that's pretty much Christmas for my family. Next one is any predictions of what teams what teams will do well in LCS with all the team changes. TSM obviously looks strong. You know, TSM is just a general good team. They're kind of, well, it's hard to kind of pin it to a Premiership football team nowadays. With seeing how everything's going weird. But yeah, they're just a solid team always. They've got good infrastructure in place, and now their players, it's a strong roster. Nobody can deny that. Even if you hate TSM, you have to, you know, it's a strong roster, and I think it's going to do well. There are a couple of dark horses in there. I don't want to make too many, you know, predictions right now until all the rosters are locked in. Because, you know, there can be last minute changes. Some teams do accept that if they do it a bit too late, they'll get a 2-week fine and all that. So I'm going to wait until all of them are locked in, and I actually might do a prediction video. So yeah, that might be a thing. Next one is what inspired me to keep doing YouTube when I got started. That's a good question. You know, I know a lot of people do YouTube and they stop because they don't get any success, and that's probably it. I actually did get a success as soon as I started. The thing with what I did, you have to remember, I started doing YouTube about 2.5 years ago, a long time ago, and if you were to start a YouTube channel now, it is a lot harder from even when I started, and it wasn't easy when I started either. But the thing is, back when I started, you know, my main thing is commentaries, always has been, and the only big person doing commentaries back then really was Ankle Spankin', and obviously he has a style that, you know, lots of people enjoy that style, but my style is slightly different. So when I started doing commentaries, people enjoyed it, and I got to 1,000 subscribers in the first month or something like that, because people just was like, oh, this is a commentary person, a good player like Ankle Spankin'. But a different style of commentary, and that's kind of what happened with me. Obviously, I didn't get the same growth of Ankle Spankin'. He was the original commentary guy of League of Legends. That's why he's so big. But yeah, success is always a big inspiration, isn't it? You know, hey, I've got 1,000 subscribers in a month. I'm going to keep doing this, but it was also boredom. You know, I've said the reason I actually started doing YouTube was boredom. I didn't want any of this. I didn't want to be a big YouTuber. I didn't even think about it. I didn't think I'd be in Dignitas. Hadn't a clue. I never aspired to have this stuff. I was just bored. You know, I had nothing else to do, so I just kept making videos because I was bored, and if nobody watched them, I'd probably still make them, but it just happened to be people started watching them, which I think is the best way to do YouTube. The people that actually start YouTube thinking, this is going to be my job, I'm going to join some pro organisation, I'm going to have 1 million subscribers, they never succeed because it's so obvious and it's so forced. Just do it for fun and you'll probably have a lot more success. Next one is, will you do custom games with subscribers anytime or add it as a regular thing? Yes, I will. I have done in the past. I used to call it Subscriber Saturdays, and basically that was for Twitch subscribers. Obviously, a lot of people get bummed out when, fan games are only for Twitch subscribers, but, you have to give back to people that actually support you further. Not just watching. Watching is amazing, but then financially supporting you as well is just one step more. And, I will definitely be bringing back Subscriber Saturday or a different day. I haven't had a set day yet, because obviously the LCS is changing in the next few weeks, that we've got different timetables and stuff. I don't know how that's going to work. And obviously I don't want to be streaming when LCS is on because I want to watch LCS. So yeah, we'll be sorting out a day that probably once every 2 weeks I'll be doing a fan day, get subscriber games in, get the occasional just random people in that's just in the stream and just have some fun. But yeah, that will be all live stream stuff. That will never be just me randomly going, let's do a thingy on Twitter. That will always be live stream. So there you go. Next question is, do I think it's better to play ranked solo or duo? Also, any tips to get your friends into ranked out of normals? Do I think... Okay, first thing to say, this is a generalization. A lot of people get angry when I answer questions. I'm just going to move my chair a bit. A lot of people get angry when I answer a question generally, like in a generalization. I have to, because so many people are watching. If I give a very specific answer, that it's not going to go to everybody. So this is going to be a generalization answer. For me, I think it's better to solo rather than duo queue. The reason for that is because I, as an individual myself, that's the only thing I can really judge it off, I want to know how good I am personally. I don't want ever there to be doubt in that fact. If I'm Diamond 1, I am Diamond 1. I wasn't duo queuing up there. I wasn't boosted up there. I am personally Diamond 1. Whenever I see a duo queue that they only play ranked together, I always kind of think, would they actually be that rating if they didn't duo queue all the time? And that goes through a lot of people's heads. I know it does. And that's kind of, some people won't say it. I'll just say it how it is. To me, I think solo queue should be solo queue. And that's why I completely hate the new change coming up in the next season. You can go in as a 5-man team in solo queue. How the hell does that work? It's solo queue. It's not 5s, it's not 4s, it's not 3s. In my opinion, it shouldn't even be 2s. It should be just solo queue. Now, there are some people that will only duo queue for good reasons. If you're a bot lane duo queue, it's good to be an AD carry and a support to have that communication for your ranked 5s team, for example. Or if you're just a good friend, then sure. If you're in a relationship, I know a lot of girls and boys that are in a relationship and they duo queue together, that would be great. I'd love to do that one day. But honestly, if you are competitive and you're like, I want to be recognised as I am good at this game, I think you should solo queue, in my opinion. And then to answer your second question, any tips to get your friends into ranked and out of normals? I was this person. A lot of people don't realise, before I started YouTube, when I was back at like a silver player in ranked, I had league anxiety myself. I only played normal games, and I played only a handful of ranked games a season, in Season 1 and Season 2. I only played normal games, and that, on my main account I have about 3,000 normal games. That is pretty much all from Season 1 and Season 2. I haven't played normal games since Season 3. I've only played ranked. What I'd probably say to you to kind of convince your friends, and is what kind of went through my mind, is when I was like playing so many normal games, I was kind of thinking, okay, what am I getting out of this normal game? I'm getting fun, I'm getting enjoyment. Okay, cool. I'll probably get that in ranked as well, because it's the same game in the end of the day. But is that it? That's pretty much it. For a normal game, it's just the game. It's just having fun with the game. Okay, what do I get in ranked? I get fun. If I'm doing well, it's really fun. I get ranking, my world ranking. I get a border. I get a skin. There's so many more benefits to playing ranked, especially as me as a competitive person. As soon as I started playing ranked properly in Season 3, I got to Diamond 1 because I was like, oh, this is great. And I just went crazy. I always like to be in the top percentage. Even me right now, I think my account is sitting in Diamond 3. I'm still in the top 0.3% of Europe. That's just a kind of nice thing to say. And if you're a normal player, you can never say that. Probably it's gone up now because I haven't played for nearly a week. But when I left, I was the 100th best Alawi in the world. You can't say that if you're a normal player, because you don't get ranked if you don't play ranked. So yeah, to me, that's how I kind of look at it. Next one is, how is HuzFit going? Aha, good question. So HuzFit, if you are completely unaware, I have a second channel. It's called HuzzyIRL, and I will link it down below in the description. This channel I was using in the summer of 2015. It is coming back. I had a small break, or pretty much a big break, and it all began. I actually got a foot injury from doing a lot of exercise, and it stopped. You know, I broke my pattern of exercising and my diet, and unfortunately I slipped and stopped doing it. I still have lost weight. You know, I haven't gone back up in weight. I've still lost weight, but the series stopped. I am proud to announce that the series is coming back with a bit of a difference, you know, a couple of differences here and there. It will be relatively the same thing, but it'll be a weekly show that I'm in front of the camera on the IRL channel talking about me losing weight, talking about what's gone good, what's gone bad, advice, what would I avoid doing, what would I do, and all that type of thing. Now, there's going to be one little thing that I'm going to be doing, part of my new fitness regime, that is starting January the 1st, that you guys will not even see, most likely for 6 months. And I will tell you about it, because I may as well, but basically behind me is just a blank wall. I'm going to set a camera up here, and I'm literally going to take a picture of myself every single day, shirtless, right? You won't see it for 6 months, so don't worry. Not getting any of you excited. But I'm going to make, in 6 months' time, hopefully I'll be relatively back in shape, and I'm going to make a time-lapse of all these pictures put together, and hopefully you'll be able to see the difference in the body moulding to become fitter. And that hopefully will be a pretty cool video, but I've got to be very regimic in the fact that I've got to take a picture every single day, and I do not want to miss a day. If I'm away from a hotel, then I'll have to do it in a hotel, but that's just the way it's going to be. But that's going to be back. So HuzzyIRL, go subscribe to that channel, and I probably will do another series on there just talking to you guys. I used to call one Get a Drink with Huzz or something like that, that you grab a drink and I just talk for half an hour. Maybe, and I'm thinking about this out loud, maybe I'll do like a Google Hangout on that channel specifically, not even HuzzyGames, a Google Hangout on that channel. So that might be an idea, so thank you for the question. Next one is, do I plan on making champion-specific guide videos in the future? I've mentioned this a fair amount, but yes, I do. I have done them in the past, and they're fairly popular. You know, I think the Syndra guide that I did 2 years ago was one of my most popular videos of all time. My most popular video is a guide. It's how I got Diamond in Season 3. That is my most popular video of all time, that people want me to do a new one of that, and I do want to do a new one. But yeah, we will be doing guide videos specifically for champions. I most likely will be doing a Lee Sin one in the next few weeks, so look out for that. You know, I'm sure a lot of you will enjoy it. But what you have to realise as a YouTuber, it's like a time investment thing. You've got to kind of look, okay, how many videos can I make in this amount of time? Let's say 6 hours, okay? So in 6 hours, how many videos can I make? I can probably make 2 commentary videos in 6 hours, you know, in recording them, editing them like very briefly as commentary, and rendering them, boom. There's 2 videos in 6 hours. Can I make a champion guide video in 6 hours? Probably not. A champion guide video probably takes about 10 hours to do. So in that time, I could probably make 3 commentary videos. So in that time, you know, the 3 commentary videos versus 1 champion guide video, is the guide video going to get 3 times the views as the commentary videos? That's the kind of thing you've got to work out as a YouTuber. But I will be doing champion guides because I personally just want to do them. Next one is, this guy just hit level 30. Do I think that he should start ranked straight away or give it a while? Always give it a while. I cannot stress this enough. I've met so many people, and again, I've told you guys horror stories. I meet like delusional people that are in bronze and think they should be in LCS. These type of people are the people that go into rank straight away when they hit level 30, that they do well pre-level 30 and like, oh, I can go into ranked, I'll get diamond straight away, and then they end up in bronze 5 because they don't actually realise the game. It's, for me, you know, there's a good saying, you can learn how to drive, but you don't actually learn how to drive until you've driven yourself for 5 years. It's the same thing with League of Legends. You can play League of Legends from level 1 to 29. You can hit level 30. You've just unlocked League of Legends, basically. Level 1 to 30 is just a random leveling experience that doesn't really teach you anything. You learn League of Legends when you hit level 30, playing normal games, playing Team Builder, and then eventually ranked. So give it a while. You don't need to rush into it because, trust me, I've seen so many people rush into ranked, get stuck in bronze, and they quit. It's like, just wait, be patient, get better at the game before you go into ranked. That's what I did, and I got Diamond 1 in my first serious season in ranked. So there you go. Okay, the next question is going to be the final question for today's Q&A video is, ever thought about making some WoW content for your channel? Could be fun. Yes and no. WoW is a game that is very close to my heart. Many of you know I did play WoW for, God, how many years did I play WoW? 6, 7, 8 years? I don't know, somewhere around like that. I played at the end of Burning Crusade, and then played the whole way through, and pretty much until the last year or 2. I haven't been playing seriously, but every now and then I'm still subscribed WoW today. I don't even play, but I keep my subscription going just in case I want to play. But yeah, WoW is a great game in my opinion. No, some people love it, some people hate it, they don't get it. For me, it's one of them love games. I will always say World of Warcraft is a good game. Yes, it's gone a bit downhill of the recent expansions, but it's still good. You still can have plenty of fun with it. As for content, it's hard to do content on World of Warcraft when it's not your main game. Because, you know, to be good at World of Warcraft, you have to put so much time into it. You have to be geared. You know, your character has to have gear, and that requires time. Time that at the moment I do not have. And, you know, I don't want to do random WoW content. You know, that would be pointless. I'd want to do high-end, this is how you do type of thing. You know, tutorial, guides, educational, or just showing that, you know, or if I did PvP, this is high-end arena. That's the kind of content that I generally do on this channel. And, I wouldn't be able to do that with WoW, unfortunately. If you asked me that question 4 years ago when I was a top 200 hunter in the world, then yeah, I could have, because WoW was my main game pretty much, but not anymore. I do plan to do some though. I will say that, you know, with probably not in the next 8 months. I don't know how long it's going to be, but Legion is coming out next summer-ish. I do plan to do some content in Legion. I do plan to level a Demon Hunter. And most likely stream it and just upload the stream to YouTube. If you wanted to watch it, it's there. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. But I'll probably do that, level a Demon Hunter on stream and upload it to YouTube. And then who knows? You know, if I get... It's pretty much a guild thing with WoW as well. That's one thing I didn't mention. World of Warcraft is such a social community game. It basically depends on which guild you're in. If you're in a guild that actually wants to continue playing, then you'll probably keep playing. And for me, my old guild was called Unknown Era. I was the guild leader for quite a while. I was an officer for many years. You know, I started in that guild as a normal member and worked my way up to being guild master. That's what made me want to stay. I built a relationship with people for 5, 6, 7 years. So you didn't quit. But then what happened, the reason why people will say, well, why did you quit then? We all quit together. That's literally what happened. We tried to play. You know, a lot of people left over the years, and we had a core of the guild of about 6, 7 people. And people slowly dwindled, but it was still us 6, 7 people in the core of the guild. And you have to remember, our guild used to be one of the biggest on the server. But then we all agreed together, literally, okay, the raid group isn't doing so good anymore. We used to be one of the best raid groups on the server. Let's just stop. And we did, all together. We literally, it was like everybody at the same time just went, poof, not playing WoW anymore. Which was really sad at the time, but then started playing League. But that's it. So maybe, we'll see. But, you know, if there's a good guild out there watching this video, let me know, and maybe I'll join you. If you're in Europe, I'd prefer to be Horde. I've been Alliance and Horde, but I'd probably prefer to be Horde. But that's going to be it for today's video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Content will resume probably normally, I will say, but just as a bit of a warning, if you're watching this literally the day I upload it, Wednesday is normally a stream day for me. I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow because I probably want to make like 2 videos instead, just to kind of get ahead of the uploading curve. So that's it. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Throw a like on it if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't. And also remember, subscribe to HuzzyIRL. It'll be linked in the description. And I'll see you guys next time. See you.